My name is Claudius Morgan. I'm from St. Vincent, undergrad in the Inns. My wife's name is Rhonda. I have 2 children. Ronnie Morgan, she was born in Trinidad, and Ross Morgan, he was born in Barbados. I grew up a poor boy without a father, with a mother who was an alcoholic. So it was hard growing up. Sometimes you go to sleep without something to eat, you know. So life was not easy at all. I used to go to church with my mother. She was a spiritual Baptist, you know, so she would take me to church every now and again. But I became a Seventh-day Adventist when I was in my 20s. I used to sing calypso, you know, drink liquor, smoke marijuana, never used to be home. Always in some woman's house. You know it is when you, that kind of stuff. And then I got home one day and my mother was sewing a piece of cloth without needle and thread. So she had a nervous breakdown. And I guess the Lord used that to bring me to Him. I had no plans of becoming a pastor. I was a printer, I was a photographer, you know, I was into communication and stuff like that. And then when I became a Seventh-day Adventist, I used to sing, you know, play my guitar and sing. And they had a training session once for lay preachers. So they sent 5 of us from the church. I attended, so I went. And they picked 5 of us to preach. Of the hundreds of people that were there, 5 of us, and I was among the 5. And so after I was finished preaching, the pastor, who was one named Hilton Garnett, said to me, the Lord is calling you to be a pastor. You know, but I just, more or less just drove that away. That didn't register in my mind at all because I didn't have the education. I didn't finish school, so how I could be a pastor? I was preaching, and one pastor asked me to preach 2 nights at his crusade, because he was coming to Barbados at the meeting of the church. So I preached the 2 nights. And the last night, I rented a car. The last night I'm driving back to the meeting, I saw a bright light behind me. So I stopped. When I looked back, there was no light. I drove again, I saw the bright light. I stopped. I said, what's this? There was no light. Then I drove the 3rd time, and I saw this bright light. And then I stopped. I said, okay, Lord, if you want me to go, I'll go. So I guess the Lord was speaking to me through that light, because there was really no light behind. There was no car behind. When you look around to see what's happening now, you know Christ is coming soon. You know? And I always tell people as I preach around the world, as I told a guy in Israel, I just came from Israel, that even if Christ does not come for 40 years, the best life to live is a Christian life. And if a calypsonian can tell you that, a rum drinker can tell you that, well, a farmer, then you know it has to be impacted. It has to be true, you know. When you live for Christ, there's a peace and there is a joy and there's a fulfillment. You go to sleep and you don't sleep like a baby, because babies wake up, you sleep like a log. You know, there's this fulfillment, there's this joy, you know. People are just dying. One of our pastors just passed away, you know, but I do believe he passed away with the hope that one day the trump shall sound and the dead in Christ shall rise first. You're looking at this and you might not even come to the program. You might pass away before. And that's the joy of accepting Christ, you know, knowing that when you live for Christ and you die in Christ, that there is life beyond the grave. I want to invite those of you who might have left the church to come to the program. I want to invite my Pentecostal friends and my Baptist friends and my Anglican friends. I know Anglicanism is strong here. I want you to come. I want the Seventh-day Adventist members to bring a friend, bring a neighbor, bring a workmate. Listen, it's going to be exciting. It's going to be super califragilistic expialidocious. It's going to be out of this world. Trust me when I tell you that. Hey, you can't miss it. God bless you.